is have your pass accuracy and your ball handling up. So what I have is a 6'3" point guard with 6'7" wingspan, 94 ball handle, an 82 pass sack, and I have the ability to go get driving dunks with an 87 driving dunk and shoot from deep, 94 3-point shot. And then as a takeover, I'm able to get satellite. And then you get to play around with cat breaker. So if you're a guy,
and that's the player introductions completed. So, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us. Here are the 5 for the Suns. They've got Devin Booker. Kevin Durant is out there with Nick Richards. Then there's Bradley Beal, and it's Bryant in at the shooting guard position. And for the Celtics, the core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the center position, locking down the middle. And I think we know exactly what kind of game this is going to be, RJ.
Yeah, you don't expect a lot of offense on the interior. These teams take a high volume of threes, and they make a high volume as well.
Brown can't hit. And the Suns with possession. And here's Bryant outside. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker.
Surprisingly savvy pass by Booker, setting another guy up for success instead of forcing a shot.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. We discussed Bradley Beal. The focus for them on the defensive end, Coach telling me that Brad's a guy who averaged 30 points a game in this league, a sign of a special scorer, so they need to figure out a way to make Beal uncomfortable, saying maybe they'll put some length on him. Let's see if that works on Beal. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Now here's Holiday. Coming in off 12 points in his last outing. Boston calls timeout. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency is just impressive. Now and throughout their entire history, they are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Beal against Brown. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
For Boston, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. The open shot, White, kept alive. Here's Tatum. Ooh, Durant with some nice D.
Just haven't found their offensive footing yet, only managing to sink 1 of their first 5 shots.
Phoenix calls timeout. Defeated by Milwaukee in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
Yeah, if you allow a team to shoot such a high percentage in their own building, you're going to have a big hill to climb.
Entertainment.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in this one. And here's Bryant outside, and that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
He had time to line it up, and you know what? He's capable.
And it's Tatum with the ball for the Boston Celtics. 4-point game.
Bryant, first personal foul, first team foul.
Holiday against Booker. Tatum feeling it out a bit. Pass to Brown. The kick out to White. 3-pointer. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. White's got 5.
Proving he's more than just a go-to scorer. Brown also loves swinging the ball to open teammates.
And that one's good. Bryant. The Celtics have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. Here's White. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. White on the wing for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not. This man is on fire. His team is winning, and it doesn't get better than that.
Pass to Holiday. The three ball. It's hauled in by Beal. And it's Beal with the ball for Phoenix. They lead by 4. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
They were lights out from beyond the arc, and they spaced the floor beautifully in that one.
2 minutes.
Tough to keep the consistency from deep, but they did it last time.
And that one's good. Bryant.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Boston has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. On the wing, Holiday. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Booker with the defensive effort.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Bryant, no good. Celtics trail by 7. And when Porzingis can be a third option on a team, he is deadly and efficient, RJ.
We've always seen Porzingis as the guy or as a second option. But when he has elite teammates around him, he really flourishes.
Second chance effort. Durant, no good. And so it's Boston with it. Right side, Holiday. Let's go with a 3. Kevin Durant pulls it in.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Bryant outside. Fires for 3. That's good. And so Durant with the assist.
3 points.
Bryant's got 18 points in the game.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. So it's Boston now. Holiday against Booker. There's Tatum with the 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. 30 seconds left to play in the first. And here's Bryant outside. And again, it's Phoenix from deep.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Celtics trail by 13. Stolen by Bryant. Fast break, here we go. And Durant with the big finish.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
Tatum inside to stop the run. And he lays it up and in.
Tremendous individual play. I mean, challenging the heart of that defense.
The score.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns in a good situation. Points to close the quarter. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead more. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Let's get a quick check. Check of the scoring breakdown here for the Suns.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And I've also really liked how aggressive they've been in the open floor. I mean, when they see a chance to push it, they go for it.
They've got Luke Cornett. Jaylen Brown is out there with Peyton Pritchard. Then there's Al Horford. And it's Hauser in at the 3. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Bucks was a man on a mission. He had 36 points, and talk about a two-way player. He was phenomenal at both ends. He and his team are really clicking right now, and you'd love to see that momentum carry them through the rest of the year. Guys?
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
Well, we're coming right down to the last bit of the season, Graham. What's the messaging like from coaches right now?
Well, BA, for teams that are in the mix, coaches are asking you to keep doing what you've been doing. But a lot of that extra motivation comes from your teammates and in the locker room.
Time called here. The Suns decide to talk it over.
Start it.
It's time for some t-shirts. Make some noise, fans.
O'Neal, he's checked in for Bryant. And so it's the Phoenix Suns with plenty of breathing room. 23 points to end the quarter, and their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. We'll be right back with you shortly. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. Phoenix leading by 23. And so, in the game for Phoenix, they've got Bradley Beal, Nick Richards out there with Kevin Durant. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's Bryant in at the shooting guard position.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Three-pointer Holiday connects from downtown. Holiday's got his second basket of the night.
There's the response from Holiday, nailing the revenge triple in style.
Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
2 points. That one goes.
3 straight buckets to start the half. This is how they wanted to come out and execute.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. To the paint. Here's White. Oh, and Bryant with the block. They recover it. Phoenix has gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. From outside the arc. And there's Bryant. That's good. On the assist by Durant. Durant's got his third assist of the night. To the middle. White, good. White's got 19 points.
His shot has been on point from tip. He's pretty much kept them in the game.
And here's Bryant outside. Good! Another from 3. Ooh, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
BA, he's on fire.
Suns foul. Bryant.
Richards checked in for White. And the Suns also making a change. Bowles checked in.
Substitution on the court.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. To the left side wing. Holiday against Bryant. Holiday passes to Tatum. From deep. Porzingis. Who poked away. The Suns have gone an impressive 5 of 5 so far in the third quarter. And here's Bryant outside, and that comes off the assist by Durant.
3.
Durant's got his 4th assist in this one.
Their strategy has been simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Assist from
Ooh, he's been the guy tonight. Really impressive performance.
And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Wizards. That'll be the end of a 3-game homestand. Offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
The pace of Porzingis gives him an edge on that offensive glass, and he uses it.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
A minute 58 left in the third. Inside. Here's Bo. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Bowles got 7.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Durant, the pass to Bryant. Yep, that one's good. Bryant's got 43 points.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Phoenix foul.
And Boston with some changes. Horford, he's checked in for Jason Tatum. And it's Hauser in for Holiday. And Boston with some changes. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Horford. White comes in for Hauser. And Drew Holiday is subbed in for Pritchard. So Phoenix going with almost an entirely new group here. Plumlee's checked in for Bol. O'Neal comes in for Durant. Bryant, he's checked in for Allen. And it's Morris in for Jones. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. Tatum is the 4 with at center. And it's Brown in at the 3. That's the Boston 5. And you look at Derek White, Richard, the energy he plays with, it is remarkable.
That's his greatest attribute, his activity on both ends of the floor. Having a high motor is a skill. He keeps coming and tries to wear you down.
Plumlee, nice work on the boards, paying off with a basket. Plumlee's got his first points of the game.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Phoenix has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this 4th quarter. And here's Bryant outside. And the Suns get another 3.
3 points.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
With 4 personals now, he'll have to be extremely careful the rest of the way.
Richards is checked in for Phoenix.
Substitution for the Suns, Nick Richards.
4th quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Holiday passes to Porzingis. Back to Holiday. Richard, one thing we're seeing an emphasis on by the league, mental health.
I'm surprised it took people so long to understand how grueling of a mental task it is to try and be one of the 450 year in and year out.
And here's Bryant outside, and that comes off the assist by Morris. Morris has got 4 assists now tonight.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
This is what you expect from him, just coming alive and dominating in effortless fashion here in the 4th.
Morris against Holiday. Banked it in off the glass.
Such a physical driver. Holiday is someone you want going to the rim.
The Suns have gone 7 for 11 so far in the 4th. The shot. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Holiday passes to White. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. O'Neal's got a rebound number 5 here tonight.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says, and a great win for the Suns.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And you have to like how they've played this year. 55 wins in total.
And even though the season series was only 2 games, a sweep is still a sweep.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Mr. Clutch. Connects again from distance.
And this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for 3rd now for most threes in a game.
And the points keep piling up and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from downtown. On the wing, Holiday. Guarded by Morris. The shot by Holiday, no good. And the Suns with possession. They're on a 15-4 run. And here's Bryant outside. And again for 3.
He is unstoppable. Completely dialed in from distance.
What an historic night shooting the ball. He now stands by himself for 3rd place in most threes in a game. White with it. O'Neal covers. The turnaround, Jay. Richards pulls it in. So it's Phoenix now. Morris passes to Bryant. Beyond the arc. Good! Another from 3.
3-point.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps hitting from deep.
Man, he's just exploded from deep tonight. That last make, tying him for 2nd in most threes in a game.
That's the end of the game. Folks, we'd like to thank you for coming out and supporting your team. Please drive home safely, and we hope to see you again at the next event.
So it's the Suns winning this one easily. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, what about a slashing forward?
Now, slashing forward, it's a little rough around the edges because everybody wants to go and dunk the ball no matter how tall or big they are. I can use what I have, and that is a 6'9" power forward. That's a 7'5" wingspan, and it has a 90 rebound and 90 steal. And what I can do is I have a 93 driving dunk, so that raises my posterizer all the way up to where if I get a step on defender towards the basket, I can just go into a meter dunk and get a contact almost every time. So they would have to put their big around me, and at that point, I can just fake like I'm going to the basket and just walk back and shoot 3. So if you want to really get busy and be very versatile, go a little taller on those driving builds, maybe 6'8", 6'9".
And then last one, two-way center.
So I just made a build for center. It is a 7-foot.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Barry. And we'll be catching. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Caruso in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Suns, Ryan is out there with Booker. Then it's Nick Richards. And it's Durant. And it's Beal in at the small forward position. Well, Greg, this matchup features two teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
Dort wide open, and he's good on the 3-ball.
3-point field goal.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the 3-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And a nice shot by Bryant.
When he's hitting that shot, offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
No question. When he is connecting from those kind of spots on the floor, it is just a huge boost for what they can do offensively.
And first time of the game called for Oklahoma City. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, so close in that one, but that's of no solace to the players. They played their hearts out.
And you want to respond in kind, but that last game, it was an effort that most of the time can get you a win. They ran into a tough opponent who was playing at a high level.
They get it again. Good D by Booker.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
From the arc. And it's Bryant missing. The Thunder have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Brent, it seems like throughout his career, Gilgeous-Alexander has an answer to whatever the defense might throw at him.
Well, the defenses don't have answers to stop him, Kevin. I know that. This guy is so quick with the basketball. He's so good at adapting on the fly with the ball, getting around the initial defender to make plays. Superstars have that quality. SGA has it in spades. Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Connects from 3-point range. Bryant's got 12 in the game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play tough deep. Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
Booker against Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Here's Dort. The Second chance effort, and he's... Fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
One of the things that I think opponents struggle with is Luguentz Dort and his build. You rarely see a combination of a guy that might not be that tall, but has that kind of width and explosiveness athletically.
And the Suns here with a different look. Bull. He's checked in for Nick Richards. Royce O'Neal comes in for Kevin Durant. Allen's checked in for Beal. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Booker. The Thunder also changing it up. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Alex Caruso. And it's Cason Wallace in for Gilgeous Alexander. Good on the bucket.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Wallace, the pass to Dort. Holmgren wide open. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
Bryant's shot is off. Thunder trailing by 8. Dort misses.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
The shot's good from Bryant.
And you couldn't draw it up any better offensively. 8 buckets already in his first 10 attempts.
Jones against Wallace. Passes it to Holmgren. Again, Oklahoma City.
And this is looking automatic. A nice fluid shot here from Holmgren off the pass.
Bryant outside. It's good from long range. Bryant's got 24 points.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Wallace kicks to Holmgren. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
How about Dort just rising up and getting to the rim?
Bryant, that's a 2-pointer. Another shot. And Bull with the lay-in.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mr. Clutch. That's foul number 2. Thunder trailing by 14. Bradley Beal is out there with Durant. Then it's Bryant. Then it's Nick Richards. And it's Booker in at the point. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Warriors was terrific. He ended up with 43 points, and to no one's surprise, he was dialed in from deep. He ended up with a stat line he's no doubt proud of, and I'm sure he wants to replicate it again. Kevin?
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep rolling here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
Durant, oh yes he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
There can't be it. And now, yep. This will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. Greg, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. You look at the Knicks. They sink a little bit here in the rankings, still, though, remaining in the top 5.
Well, right now for the Suns, they've taken this ride all the way down the stretch. Few people thought they could maintain this astonishing display of dominance.
Thunder trailing by 17. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Let's see some of the numbers here. First, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Monte Morris is checked in for the Suns.
Yeah, suffering from the flu, but he says he's recovered and ready to go. Fatigue could be an issue moving forward, so let's just keep an eye on his energy level today.
The 3 from Bryant. Good on the triple. Bryant's got a pair of triples in the second now for Phoenix.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And there's a whistle that goes on. And so it's the Phoenix Suns with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
For your Suns, you pick team.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things. with Dort to his side. And it's Caruso in at the small forward.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Here's Dort, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Gilgeous-Alexander's nothing if not a creator. He can make that pass in his sleep.
And here's Bryant outside. Caruso grabs the miss. Thunder trailing by 18. Here's Dort, and oh boy. A lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It goes on Devin Booker. These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And he's putting together a solid year at the free throw line, 79% overall.
Luguentz-Dort continues to find ways to impress you and expand his offensive game, but he knows he's coming to the league as a defender, and he takes a tremendous amount of pride in it.
And now let's have a look at the teams that have had the quickest hands in the NBA during the past month. Second, the Thunder.
What a month they've had defensively. I mean, they've really gotten after it on that end of the floor.
And he sinks the second. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. The three from Bryant. Good. A nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 3 assists in the game. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Suns leading by 20. Bryant outside. Shoots over Dort. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Tipped away. Bryant with the steal. A nice shot by Katie. Durant's got 16 points.
One of those nights that Kevin Durant is just massive for his team. For my money, this guy's the best scoring forward of all time.
Holmgren is doubled. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Can they get it? He lays it in. And that's 13 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute and sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Daigneault said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways, and that's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, DA. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. And we thank you for the report. Phoenix calls timeout. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Bol, he's checked in for Nick Richards. Royce O'Neal comes in for Kevin Durant. Allen's checked in for Bradley Beal. And Monte Morris subbed in for Devin Booker. The Thunder also changing it up. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Alex Caruso. And it's Cason Wallace in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch.
Second team foul.
That will be foul number 5 on him. Wallace kicks to Williams. Floats it up for Williams.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
Phoenix leading by 22. And here's Bryant outside. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Holmgren's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Count that one for Dort.
They are just killing them on the interior.
The Suns have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. The 3 from Bryant. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
His teammates cannot be happy with him, guys. He would have been better off resetting the offense and looking for a better shot opportunity. Now, he's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. It's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
From deep. And again for three. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Pass to Holmgren. Ryan against Dort. There's 25 seconds left in the third. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Throwing off the defense, creating a shot. Dort becoming a problem now.
Morris passes to Bryant. Dort grabs the miss. Dort's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Phoenix Suns taking a 19-point lead into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And 1 quarter to go in a game that... Substitutes for Phoenix. Nick Richards. He's checked in for Bol Bol. Durant comes in for Dunn. And Bryant subbed in for Jones. Then for the Thunder, Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Alex Caruso. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Cason Wallace. Free throw good, Booker. Every team eventually goes through a coaching change, Brent, and how jarring is that when it happens, for instance, in midseason?
Well, Kevin, it can be pretty devastating for some teams, but for other teams, that change could be refreshing. And a lot of times, if the coach has had a longer tenure with the team, you can feel like a fish out of water with a new voice coming in.
Devin Booker out there with Bryant. Then there's Bradley Beal, and it's Durant, and it's Richards in at the center position. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
He got it again! Sensational!
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. A look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Joe in the corner. Kicks to Holmgren. Here's Hartenstein. That's tipped. They retain possession. Phoenix has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Suns.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And the wins continue to come in fairly easy for these guys in what's been a very strong year, to say the least. Tonight will push them up to 56 wins.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equaled to 2 wins.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Mr. Clutch.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Joe, Oklahoma City gets a new shot clock.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something
connects again from distance.
He just continues to rein it in from downtown. Hits another one from deep.
Greg, the way he's shooting, he has a good chance to join some elite names on the list of the most threes in a game. Outside Bryant. This one for 3, and got it! Another basket.
Make that 61 point.
Yep, everything is going his way right now.
Yeah, that's the final buzzer, and your Suns win. Your Suns, 118. The Thunder, 77. Thank you for coming out and rooting for your team. We hope you have a safe trip home, and we'll see you next time.
So it's the Suns winning easily here. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge,